Today's topic, famous comedian, YouTube guru Russel has been accused of sexual assault. Earlier this week, a documentary came out on Channel 4 accusing Russel of doing these crimes, basically spanning between the years 2006 and 2013. The first of these stories were a 16-year-old girl that accused him of being in a sexual relationship with him for about 3 months. So basically, she went to her mother asking for advice, and she basically told her just to tell him that you're underage, and apparently he didn't care. She describes the relationship to be abusive, controlling, and toxic. The next one starts in 2007, but this one we actually have a name. It's not anonymous. Her name is Jordan Martin, and she's accusing him of being emotionally and physically abusive and sexually assaulting her. She claims after he found out she was texting her ex-boyfriend, he started losing it, he threw her phone, and then he started touching up on her. But this allegation didn't come out right now. Apparently, she made the original accusations back in 2014. And there was another one by a different woman in 2012. She's anonymous, so we don't know her identity. Basically, they were having a bit of a fling. She had sex with him one time, but it was consensual. Then the next time in his Los Angeles homes, apparently he blocked her from leaving the apartment and raped her against the wall. Apparently, he sent her a text message apologizing for his behavior, saying he was crazy and selfish, and she's a really lovely girl. And the next and final accusation happened a year later in 2013. This is one of his coworkers, and apparently he pinned her down in his house. She claims that he was trying to kiss her and she was pulling away, screaming, "Stop, please, we're friends." Eventually he stopped, but he was really furious and he just started like flinging shit. He flipped out. And then later he threatened her with legal action. So these are the 4 stories that he's being accused of. Now, before I give my 2 cents on this story, I'm just going to say this. I'm not going to cheerlead for anybody's side, okay? I'm not going to cheerlead on the supposed victims, and I'm not going to cheerlead for Russel Brand. If I believe he did wrong, I'm going to say it, and if I believe they're lying, I'm going to say it. That's it. So if you're looking for like, oh, these bitches are lying, or oh, he's a rapist, get the fuck out of here. I'm neutral on this. We don't have enough information to be saying something is true or not, all right? So we got to wait until we get more info or this shit goes to court. Now, at the release of this video, Russel Brand has released 2 videos defending himself from these accusations. So I'm going to play that for you guys real quick.
Hello there, you Awakening Wonders. Now, this isn't the usual type of video we make on this channel where we critique, attack, and undermine the news in all its corruption, because in this story, I am the news. I've received 2 extremely disturbing letters, or a letter and an email, one from a mainstream media TV company, one from a newspaper, listing a litany of extremely egregious and aggressive attacks. But amidst this litany of astonishing, rather baroque attacks are some very serious allegations that I absolutely refute. These allegations pertain to the time when I was working in the mainstream, when I was in the newspapers all the time, when I was in the movies, and as I've written about extensively in my books, I was very, very promiscuous. Now, during that time of promiscuity, the relationships I had were absolutely always consensual. I was always transparent about that then, almost too transparent. And I'm being transparent about it now as well. And to see that transparency metastasized into something criminal that I absolutely deny makes me question, is there another agenda at play? I don't mind them using my books and my stand-up to talk about my promiscuous consensual conduct in the past. What I seriously refute are these very, very serious criminal allegations. Also, it's worth mentioning that there are witnesses whose evidence directly contradicts the narratives that these 2 mainstream media outlets are trying to construct, apparently in what seems to me to be a coordinated attack.
I think that was a pretty decent response. It was quick, concise, and straight to the point. My only problem with this is that he claims that there are 2 witnesses that can refute some of these allegations, but he never goes into it or shows us who are the witnesses or what allegation they're supposed to be refuting. I think that he needs to go into more detail with that, because I can't believe you just because you're saying you have witnesses, just like I can't believe these girls just because they're saying you sexually assaulted them. I need actual, I need some proof, my guy. Now, a lot of people say it's suspect that he released this video before the allegations come out, but the Channel 4 documentary was already prepped, made, and directed right before it came out with this, so I'm just like, it's the same thing. Obviously, it's not that big of a deal. So, I don't see anything wrong with them having a preemptive strike with these allegations. I don't see Channel 4 wrong just because they had a documentary ready. If they have all the information, all the facts and evidence made, why the fuck do they need to wait for a documentary like months down the line or years down the line just to put it out there? If you have all the information, you could drop it now. And I don't see anything wrong with him with defending himself if he has the evidence to prove that he didn't do it. Of course, he's going to release a video before. If he has the information and knowledge beforehand, people are going to make these accusations on him. I don't understand what's the issue here. The only thing that I find very discomforting is the fact that YouTube demonetized him. Like, are you serious? You have no actual facts and he has not been proven to do anything wrong, and yet you still decide to take away his livelihood? They didn't even show their faces neither. They just made an accusation and that's it. His fucking channel got demonetized. It's gotten to the point where Rumble was approached by the UK Parliament. I'm gonna show the form on the screen right now, but basically they were just asking them to take him off because they did not want him to be monetized or garner any money because of these accusations, even though they haven't been proven yet. And essentially they were asking Rumble to take the same steps that YouTube was taking to silence Russell Brand. And basically here's the response. They were like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. We believe everybody deserves to have free speech. We don't condone bad behavior, but if that wasn't on our platform, we're not gonna do anything about it. Which I agree to a certain extent. I feel like if somebody is proven to do some crazy shit, like, you know, EDP, for example, being a pedophile, I think it's totally fair to take their platform away from them. Basically, the people on the right are making it seem like a big conspiracy, like the big tech, big pharma are trying to silence him because he's exposing them from all their weird shit they're doing behind the scenes. And their main argument is because these women were approached by the media. Yeah, I can see it's a little bit suspect, but again, one of the women that were accused, they accused him back in 2014, before the Me Too shit, before all this crazy, and they published a book on it. So to me, it's like, I give credence and I take that woman's, you know, accusation seriously, simply because she's at least willing to show her face and put her name out there. One thing that bothered me in this situation is how some people are just so sure that he did it. Like, how do you know? Like, I was reading some comments. I'm gonna show you guys right up on the screen right now. You can look in his eyes and observe how sexually eccentric he is until he's done some abusing. Let's be real. Misogyny is the fact when Russell Brand uses his own promiscuity as a defense against allegations against him. People rally behind him. Yet when a woman alleged sexual violence, their apparent promiscuity is weaponized to undermine and disbelieve and demonize them. Wait, Russell Brand, the guy who effectively rebranded being a hippie, which was originally fake movement to circumvent women's consent and shame them into sex, suddenly turned conservative and now has sexual allegations coming out about him. It all makes sense now. When I saw him in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, I had a gut feeling something about him was super sus. I grew up in a family of women, so perhaps the women's intuition got passed on, in which case I feel that's a good thing. I never liked Russell Brand. He's always creeped me out. I'm not surprised there are allegations against him. Call it a women's intuition. This is the shit I don't like. Like, these people just make up shit as they go. No, you didn't believe he was a creep back then. You're just using this as a way to make yourself seem better and feel better that you're just defending women. Get the fuck out of here. Now, if I were to give my 2 cents on this, do I believe he did it? I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't tell you. I don't know if he did do it, and I don't know if he didn't do it. I'm not his friend, and even if I was, I still wouldn't be able to tell you. What I do know is that he's a recovering sex addict. And from that information, I can definitely say he's probably done some questionable shit. I'm not saying he assaulted anybody, but there's probably definitely situations where it's a bit questionable, or he probably pressured a woman a little bit. Does that make him a rapist? Of course not. But does that mean he's a little bit fucked up? Yeah. But again, neither of us have enough information. There's not enough evidence for the allegations, and there's not enough evidence to disprove these allegations. So all we're gonna have to do is wait until we get more information later on in the future. That being said, I want to hear your guys' opinion on the topic. Do you believe he actually did it? Do you think he abused these women, or do you think these women are just tools from these big tech companies and these big pharma and the media trying to take him down? Or do you just think he's actually just a sex pest and he's a creep? Like, subscribe, comment down below if you want me to react to anything. My Twitter's in the description. I'm out of here.